Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. That sounds really
I sound very loud on my end.
Testing,
so
testing, testing,
I'm
testing,
turn me down
testing.
a little bit.
Test. There we go.
Touchdown.
Testing.
Home run.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're getting ready to get started here. Want to check our sound, and then we will get up and running. Just testing sound at this point. Test.
Test. New Orleans.
New Orleans. That's where Charlie's at.
New Orleans.
He left us here in the little easy while he went to the big easy.
Big easy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Connor Pearson now. Jorge Ontiveros behind the plate cashing duty tonight.
Very strange.
Very awkward, very strange. A lot of stress in certain specific spots, but we are not the coaches. We are the broadcasters.
We are the trash-talking announcers.
Top rating in the state of New Mexico. I wouldn't say all that, but
once again, we're just testing sound here, trying to get ready to get started. We will get started here in the next couple minutes. Looks like it is likely that we'll be up and running here really quick. So give us just a second. We'll be right back on the line, ready to go. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal baseball. This evening, the 17-time 2A state champion Eunice Cardinals will host district and county rival Jal. Here in Eunice, Conager Pierce on the mound for the Cardinals today. Jorge Ontiveros sitting back behind the plate. We've got number 10, Arroyo, up for the Panthers here. We've had one pitch already, and it was a ball. Here comes the second pitch. It's swung on and driven over toward the first base line.
Oh, gets past the first baseman.
Yes, it does. And they're going to turn and head to second. Now he falls backwards, and he kind of did the stanky leg there for a second and then dove back over to first.
He thought about stretching it for two, but he realized Jonathan was back there backing up. So that young man, Arroyo, reaches on a dribbler towards first base. We call that an error.
Yes.
He reaches on. Oh, I can hear myself. So that brings up number 5 for Jal, New Mexico.
Right. Once again, just trying to get everything sounding right here.
On top of the first. Conager winds up, throws it in for an outside corner called strike one. With the runner on first. Conager winds up. Delivers a pitch. Hits a shot towards second. Big hop. Throws it out to say, get the leader run, throw the first, and it was not on time. We need to develop a little quicker hands on second base. Good job there, for. Get the lead run out. So Jal's down with one out. Brings him number 11 to bat for Jal.
Now batting number 11 is Richard.
Ricardo.
Richard is the last name.
So it's probably
that is Stanton. Used to go to school here a few years back. He's a senior this year. This young man is their leader as far as this Jal baseball team goes. He leads the team with a 462.
Wow.
Is that right? 536 batting average and a 606 on-base percentage. So he's had a pretty good season so far.
Swing and a miss. That quick, it's 0 balls, 2 strikes on Richards. With the runner on first with one out here at the Eunice Stadium. Conager Pierce on the mound. Goes down the shot towards shortstop. Shortstop was out of position. Gets all the way out to left field. Another base hit. Jal's coming out seeing that ball real good on Conager. Hitting that ball, getting base hits. Up the bat for Jal is number 7. The runner's on first. And second, looks like Richard's going to have a courtesy runner. By the number of 6. I have no idea who that is. So
6 I show to be Luke Gwynn. Sophomore.
Looks pretty speedy too out there.
Number 7, Trent Butts, the junior, up to the plate.
Butts?
Yep.
Pretty unique last name.
Yep, he hit that one out to left field, but if the shortstop had been where he was supposed to be, we'd have probably had him out.
Yeah, I've noticed that when Tucker's playing shortstop, he plays very, very close to second base. You can see a huge gap there. I would have adjusted that a while back, but he loves sitting right there. And that hurts us.
So here we go. Pierce on the hill. He fires that one in there for a strike and a very slow developing strike call.
I thought it was a ball, but he called it strikes. The count is 1-1 here.
1 out here. 0-0. We're just getting started early in this game.
Ooh. A lot of action so far. Every batter that Giles gone up to the plate has gotten a hit. And an error on the first one. So that brings the count 2 balls, 1 strike on number 7, Mr. Butts. I don't know his first name. It's okay.
Trent Butts.
Trent. That's a strong name right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, little outside. Make it ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Do you have the app up and running, Coach?
I do.
We'll take care of it.
I do not have the stuff going, but I do have the app.
Swing and miss for strike number 2. It makes it to a full count. It's 2 strikes and 3 balls. Okay, I should be up to par. Conover winds up, throws it in. Swing and a miss on strike 3. He goes down on strikes. That makes for the second out here. Like you just heard, number 1 up the bat for down New Mexico.
Number 1 is Arroyo, which would be Sebastian Arroyo. He's a freshman.
Watch the first pitch go by, and it's a strike. And you were not joking about this guy calling it a strike, taking a while to call that strike.
Yeah. Yeah, it leaves you sitting there a while like, oh, yes, what's the call?
Swing and a miss for a strike 2. That quick, 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes on Sebastian Arroyo. Jao has run on first and second here at the top of the first. Kind of good Pierce pitching. Ooh, nice fastball straight down the middle. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. And that makes the third out here in the top of the first. Give a shout out to our sponsors, Red Bear Gas.
Redbird Gas.
Sorry. I'm sorry, reaching on you.
Nope.
Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic are proud sponsors of today's afternoon game.
All right, we're getting kind of a late start as far as our broadcast goes. Had a couple of minor technical difficulties. We are up and running here, and so I wanted to go over kind of my pregame. Eunice enters tonight's contest with a 15-1 overall record, 1-0 in District 4 2A. In the majority of this season's games, Eunice has absolutely destroyed the competition. This team has some amazing talent. This Cardinal team is absolutely loaded with seniors. They've also got numerous kids that can pitch. Just about every kid on the team can pitch, which is a huge advantage in 2A baseball. For the season, Eunice is led by Zeke Benton with a .474 batting average. Zeke also has a .565 on-base percentage. Micah Tippett has climbed into the number 2 spot with a .442 batting average. Chance Tucker at .417 on the average. Those 3 players also have the best on-base percentage for the Cardinals. Micah Tippett leads the team in home runs. Sean Stinson is second. Jorge Ontiveros is third. We have a good race going for the stolen base king as Micah Tippett currently has 19 stolen bases on the season. Chance Tucker has 17 entering today's game. From the mound, several pitchers putting up great numbers for the season. Sean Stinson is a .88 ERA. Chance Tucker a .75. Micah Tippett a 1.17. And newcomer to the hill, Fernando Cerna, the freshman, I believe, with a .62 ERA for the year. Conagra Pierce leads this team in RBIs for the season. For Jal, they enter this game winless. They are 0-14 on the season. They've had a struggle. Once again, we mentioned Stanton Richard is their on-base percentage leader and their batting average percentage leader at .536. Angel Franco is second with a .462 average and a .600 on-base percentage. Jal has not hit a home run all season, according to Max Preps. Connor Andre leads the team in stolen bases with 9. Ethan Houston appears to have the best ERA for this Jal program. So that's kind of our rundown here, our pregame. We are jumping back in. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Eunice will come to the plate. Jal was able to get one hit in the top half of the first, 2 strikeouts for the pitcher Pierce. So Pierce with 2 Ks so far.
He jumped on him pretty quick there, Jal did. I'm surprised he got a hold of that ball that soon in the first inning. So brings it up Micah Tippett up the bat. Take it away.
Micah Tippett, the left-handed senior, steps up to the hill.
To the batter's box.
All right. My kiddo's over there practicing track, and she's constantly sending me words of encouragement about track practice as I sit over here, and it's like I'm doing the baseball game. But anyway, so if I sound a little distracted. So here goes Tippett. He steps up in that left-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch, and it stays outside for ball number 1 to Tippett. Because he usually likes to hit it that direction. So he takes strike 1. So it's 1-1. Here comes the third pitch, and it's driven over toward the second baseman. Skips up right to the second baseman, who scoops it up, throws it over for out number 1. Tippett goes down on the ground out.
Yeah, it was a good shot to second baseman. He made a good job fielding that ball through right over the first and just got Tippett out by, what, a step or 2?
Yes.
It brings up Jorge Ontiveros to the back, coach.
Yeah, so we've mixed the lineup again. We've talked about this throughout the season. It seems like every game I come up here with my lineup ready to go, and it is never the same, which I guess is a good thing for this Cardinal team, as they are very
Universal.
deep and people can play a lot of different things. There's a drive right over toward the shortstop. It's going to get onto the turf out in left center field, and so Jorge Ontiveros with a single into left center.
I believe I will see a pinch runner here for him, but we're looking towards the dugout. Since he is playing catcher tonight, he's not playing, normally plays third base.
And
He's
here
playing
he comes.
catcher. Sure enough, we have Adano Hernandez coming out to run for him. He's a good speedster on the base. He's another senior they have out there.
So Arnales
Hernandez is
heads over to first base. He's number 19. He's a senior as well. This Cardinal team is loaded in seniors. Chance Tucker, number 9, he's a junior?
yes, sir.
Junior steps up here. One of few of the underclassmen that plays big minutes. Saying the sound is not good? Let me check. We're going to step away for just one moment, or you can keep doing your thing, and I'll step
Yes,
away and
sir.
see if I can.
That was ball 1 on Tucker here. Facing the batter's box here. Adano advances second base on a stolen base. That's going to be ball 2. So he steps back in their batter's box here. Like I was saying earlier, it's overcast here, so it's going to be difficult finding that ball in these clouds. So Tucker gets back in there with 2 balls. No strikes. Adano had advanced to second. Going to third. On the ball gets away from Richards, but he stops at third. Adano stops on third base. So we got a runner in scoring position for the Eunice Cardinals here at the bottom of the first inning. So Tucker gets back up in there. He might get the green light here. They take care of business. So let's see if he gets the green light. Gets set. Oh, and he let it go by. The ball gets away from Stanton. Adano comes home and scores. Tucker took off running towards first base like if he was going to go to second, but he just stayed on first. So it brings up 13. Number 13, Connor Pierce up the bat. In the cleanup. Sounds good. Okay.
All right. Trying to make sure that our sound is okay. We're getting some information that it might not be coming through that well. I listened just now on the app, and it sounds good to me. If any of you are listening out there and you have our numbers or whatever, send us a message. Let us know if you can hear us, because it sounds like it's coming through good on my end. Sometimes we just need to make a minor adjustment. So let us know. We appreciate it.
And Tucker got another stolen base. Again, another one. And that's ball number 2. 2 stolen bases and 2 balls. Here, 2 balls, Connor Pierce, and 2 stolen bases by Tucker.
I was looking on the app during that time. How did Tucker get on base? Because I don't.
He walked.
Okay.
Walked in, and Adano stole all the way third, and he stole home
All right.
on a pass ball.
So we've got Pierce at the plate. There's a drive down the left field
nice
line.
shot.
It's going to go all the way to the wall. Tucker's going to easily come in. It bounces off the wall, and that's going to give Pierce an easy stroll over to second base for a stand-up double. Nice shot there by Pierce. He really turned the corner on it, hit it right down the third base line all the way to the wall. He's going to have a pinch runner coming in for him as well.
And that's number 33 is one of the Gomez twin brothers.
Angel Gomez.
Angel
Senior.
Gomez. And we're going to have
This is number 1, Zeke Benton.
Zeke Benton. He is going to be the designated hitter tonight for the Eunice Cardinals.
Okay. Oop, there's an inside pitch just below his hands.
For ball number 1. He calls those balls quick. I like that.
Yeah, so Zeke steps back in there. It's a 1-0 count, 1 out here. Eunice already leads 2-0. The pitcher's going to step off the mound and turn and eyeball the runner at second back over to the bag.
You can see the reflection off my shirt, off the mirror, into the glass.
I have watched some of our games, and that is one thing about our setup here is sometimes you can see us.
It does say
So
New Mexico State champs for football. Huh?
So if we're making any bad faces or anything, then everybody sees us here. So.
That's ball 2 here on Zeke Benton. I think about his name for a second.
It's 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. It's a 2-0 lead for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the first. Lots of 2s and lots of 0s up on the board. Here comes the pitch. That ball's right down the corner for strike number 1. So 2-1 here to Zeke.
And right now he's playing pinch hitter because his ankle's kind of sore still. So
He has had problems with that thing ever since the injury. Just hadn't really ever got completely healed. That ball's outside. The runner goes, and he's safely over to third, just barely though.
he kind of let up there towards the end.
Yeah.
He got in there.
Yeah, nice throw down to third there by the catcher.
But Angel slides in to be safe there. So he advances to third in scoring position for the Eunice Cardinals. And the count is 1 strike and 3 balls, right, Coach?
Yeah.
3 balls, 1 strike.
So here comes the pitch. It's driven foul right over toward the Cardinal dugout. That'll keep them dancing over there in the dugout. So that makes it a full count. It's 3, 2, and 1 on the board as it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. It's 0-2 here in Cardinal Stadium. Arroyo on the mound for Jow. That ball's driven high back over toward right field. The right fielder's on the run. He's not going to get there. It hits the turf, skips up. He barehands it and flips it in. It's going to be an RBI stand-up double for Benton.
So the score is 3-0. Eunice favor here, bottom of the first. Good piece of hitting with Zeke that he took it the opposite field where the pitch was at. And that fielder, if he would have dropped that hat, I think he had a better chance of it. He's holding that hat the whole time.
Yeah.
They might just get 1 hat a year.
So Jonathan Caballero, comes to the plate, the right-hander. He's another one of our underclassmen that plays good minutes for this Cardinal team. He steps up into the right-handed batter's box, takes ball 1 that goes all the way to the fence, and allows Zeke to slowly stroll over to third.
I bet if Zeke was 100%, he'll be in that race for stolen bases.
Yeah, he's definitely an athletic young man. Like I said, that leg injury's definitely hampered him a little bit this year. There's a drive over toward third base. Third baseman struggles with it. Now they're looking back over toward third, and J-Cab safely reaches first base as the third baseman couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do with it. Zeke strolls back over to third, stands there. And so with 1 out, there's now runners on the corners, and that'll bring Sean Stinson, a.k.a. Sticks, the right-handed senior, up to the plate.
A big man 1-4 out there, huh?
Yep.
We're going to sit him on the first move. And
There he
show
goes. That ball's outside, and they don't throw down, so now there's runners at second and third as Jacob stands on second. Benton over at third. Sean Stinson at the plate, the right-handed senior. It's a 3-0 game in favor of the Cardinals here. We're in the bottom of the first. Arroyo on the mound for Jow. He throws that one high and inside for ball number 2. It's 2-0 here.
I thought that was going to hit him.
Kind of looked like it.
He didn't even move or anything. He's going to hit that skinny little elbow. He's going to hurt.
Right on the tip.
On the tip of that
Catch
elbow.
that funny bone and it wouldn't be funny. So he's back in there ready. Pitcher on the hill. Here comes the kick and fire. That ball skips up off the what would be dirt, but it's brown turf right to the catcher.
He does a good job keeping that ball in front of him, keeping that Eunice playing or advancing home. So
I concur. That's Stanton Richard behind the plate for Jow. Once again, a former Eunice Cardinal in his own right.
Yes, sir, he is.
So here comes the pitch, and that ball is going to bing Sticks, and that'll load the bases up as Sticks gets hit with the pitch. And so he is hit by a pitch.
And that hit was brought to you by City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Redbird Gas, and Eunice Health Clinic.
So the bases are loaded, and that'll bring up number 20, Bubba, a.k.a. Fernando Cerna, up into the right-handed batter's box. This young man's a freshman, has earned some playing time here the last couple of games. Starting to see him more and more. Here comes the pitch, and it is outside all the way to the backstop. Ooh, the player almost gets knocked out with a fastball coming back, and it goes past the pitcher all the way back out into the field, and it's going to score 2 runs on a pass ball as Benton and Caballero both get in.
That's aggressive base running by the coaches there. Getting that score up to 5-0 now. Correct, yeah.
Yes, sir. We've got Stinson with the big lead at second. Here comes the pitch to Cerna. He drives it right back foul, right over the top of our heads into the parking lot.
Where'd you park at? I didn't see your vehicle out there.
Man, I am way over, like by the back of the auditorium.
That far?
Pretty close, yeah. Yeah, I'm right against the back of the auditorium.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect myself.
I park all blue over here by the trash can. So the count is 1-1 on Fernando.
That ball's driven foul right back toward us again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's a 5-0 game. Eunice in the lead. We're only in the bottom of the first.
Giovanni was very excited to go get that foul ball there.
He was.
He sprinted for it and handed it to Stinson.
Looked like he was running line drills in a basketball practice.
Handed over the ridge. That's a nice guy.
Yeah. So here goes the runner headed for third, and it's hit right back up behind the pitcher. Second baseman does a good job of scooping it. They throw it home, and they get it.
Oh,
man.
That was a generous call by the home plate umpire.
So the runner sliding into home is called out on the tag.
He was there. Anyways, that's out number 2.
Yep, so 2 outs there on the
and the only play that was made possible because that second baseman was holding on the runner and the ball was hit straight to his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he was going to throw it home.
And that ball's going to get all the way to the turf, or all the way to the backstop. They're going to turn and head for third, and they scoot back over to second. So that's number 20, Cerna. He steals second on the passed ball, then turns second and act like he was going to go to third, which caused him to throw it down to third. Now we've got a timeout as the runner is held at second. That's Cerna, and that'll bring Gio Chacon, another senior on this Eunice Cardinal baseball team, up into the right-handed batter's box.
The right-handed batter's box. He has 1 ball on him so far. Think Fernando's going to steal? Or Bubba?
I'd say it's highly likely at some point.
Ball 2.
So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here, and a 5-0 game in the bottom of the first.
Then the wind is blowing out deep center. If you hit it high, it shouldn't blow out.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that right.
There's a swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss. That sped the wind miles per hour up about 10 right there.
He did swing hard. I'll give him that much.
He swung hard.
He is not going to get cheated out of his swing, huh?
So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here to the senior Chacon. Arroyo on the hill for Jow. He kicks and fires. That ball's inside for ball 3.
I would wear it because we got tipping next.
Yeah, we'll be back to the top.
Yes, sir.
Yep, so Chacon steps back in. He's ready. Arroyo on the hill for Jow. He takes a look at Stanton, the catcher. He likes the sign, gives him the yes sign. Here comes the kick. He throws that one all the way to the fence. Chacon headed to first. The base runner, Cerna, heads over to third. So we are back to the top of the lineup. Micah Tippett.
Jinx.
Runners at the corners as Cerna's on third. Chacon is on first. Tippett at the plate. Wind blowing out toward right center.
Has nothing to do if he does hit a home run.
Yep.
And Chacon steals the base. Cool, calm, and collective. And
There's a
Micah
huge swing and a miss.
Man.
Chacon was standing on second before the ball even hit the catcher's mitt.
It's aggressive base running.
I'm assuming they had the hit and run on because Tippett was trying everything he could to club that one. So here comes the next pitch, and it is outside for ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to the leadoff batter, Tippett. We've went all the way around the lineup, batted around here in inning number 1. It's 5-0, Eunice in the lead. Runners at second and third, Tippett at the plate. Here's the pitch, and it is outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Tippett will step back in here. Once again, it's 5-0 in the bottom of the first. Tippett's in there and he's ready. Arroyo on the hill. He takes a look. He likes the sign, shakes his head, yes, kicks and fires, and that ball goes behind Tippett. It goes all the way to the fence, and Cerna is easily going to score. So there's another run. It's 6-0 here in the first.
Bottom of the first, Coach.
Man.
With 2 outs. And we are back at the top of the lineup like you said earlier. So
We've got Chacon standing on third for the Cardinals. Micah Tippett in the left-handed batter's box for Eunice. Here comes the pitch. It's inside, and it's going to hit him, and that'll send Tippett over to first after being hit by pitch.
he took that like a man.
He did. He stood there and took it like a COVID shot.
So it comes 24 up the bat. Because I'm pretty sure Micah Tippett is going to move, steal on first movement.
Yeah, I would guess you're probably
If I was Jow, I'll step off. As soon as you get on, step off and throw it over. But
so Jorge Ontiveros, number 1 in our hearts, steps up. There goes Tippett. He's going to safely stroll in, and that ball was about 1.5 feet outside, but a called strike. I think.
Are you serious?
Sometimes when the score gets like this, you just start saying, "Yeah, that looked
But it's
good."
too soon. It's barely the bottom of the first inning, Coach.
Yeah,
He called that a strike.
he did. He did. So here comes the next pitch. It's swung on and driven over toward the shortstop. Shortstop charges in, scoops it up. Ontiveros showing the 10-2 100 speed as he turned the wheels on. He's going to get a 2 RBI single out of that speedster he just showed down the first base line.
He's going to get a lot of work time running that fast and being catcher.
Man.
My God, you better get that Epson salt ready.
Yeah, so he gets 2 RBIs out of that.
I'd way to hustle it out. That's what you want.
A 2 RBI infield single.
With 2 outs, he ran that out.
So the bases, well, I was going to say the bases are empty, but we got the pinch runner standing over on first. Got Tucker at the plate. He swings that one and drives it right over into our dugout. There was people bobbing and weaving. They were trying to keep from getting that one in the shins.
I'm telling you, we have a lot of runners out there again running for Ontiveros.
Chance Tucker at the plate. The right-handed junior. He steps in there and he's ready. Runner over on first, not a very big lead. He's just kind of, well, he's going anyway, even without a big lead. Catcher, the ball hit his mitt and bounced out, and so Ornelas safely into second.
Another stolen base this inning.
Yep. So Tucker at the plate. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in an 8-0 game in the bottom of the first. There goes the runner. They're going to throw it his direction. It's a good throw. And they dropped the ball, so they're going to call him safe. I think they were about to call him out if he had caught the ball, but he didn't. So the third baseman struggled. It was a good throw by Stanton Richard, the catcher.
Yep. The ball was there. He just couldn't catch it, couldn't handle it.
So Ornelas on third. It's 2-1 count, 2 outs. It's an 8-0 game. Tucker at the plate. That ball is inside, almost takes his kneecaps out.
For a ball, right?
Yep. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. We're still in the bottom of the first. Chance Tucker, he's pointing towards center. I think he's calling his shot. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just stretching his shoulder, but anyway, it kind of looked like it.
That'd be nice if he did.
Here comes the pitch. It's outside. They fire it.
Oh, he
fake fired it. He faked me out.
And he faked the runner because he dove back to third base.
So Tucker with a walk. He's walked twice already this inning. Conager Pierce headed for the plate. He had a double there down the third base line, his first at bat. So we've got runners at the corners. I'm guessing Tucker will be headed that direction probably before the first movement. There he goes. That ball's driven right at the shortstop. And, I mean, all the shortstop had to do was throw his glove in the air, and it's stuck in there for out number 3.
That being said, Eunice Cardinals left 2 stranded. They scored 8 runs in the first inning. So give a shout out to our sponsors: Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. Our proud sponsors of today's game.
Yeah, this
it's
Eunice,
a district game, matter of fact.
Yes, it is. Eunice is 1-0 in district so far. This Eunice team is coached by the notorious Drew Reynolds. They've got Anthony the Thin Man Pender over there, Mason McGregor McBee, and Tyson the Ferocious Pierce, all sitting over there. For this Jow Panther team, they've got Johnny the Muscle Estrada, Nathan the Law Richards sitting over on their bench.
Nathan the Law Richards?
The Law, yeah, that sounds good. I don't know why I just made that up on the fly.
That sounds pretty good. That'd be good wrestlers' names, huh?
Yeah. So Pierce on the hill. Got a little bit of a mix-up out here in the field for the Cardinals as we've got people playing in all kinds of strange positions. Pierce chunks the ball very hardly down to home plate to Jorge Ontiveros wearing the catching gear. I've watched Jorge Ontiveros play baseball since he was probably in 1st or 2nd grade, and I don't think I've ever seen him behind home plate.
I concur. I have never seen him behind home plate. Especially now at his age, I guess you can say he's old for baseball.
Yeah.
For being a senior, but he's doing a good job so far, even though it was just half an inning. So we'll see how he continues back there, because he ran out of single a minute ago.
Yeah.
Those old legs might be a little tired.
Them knees will get tired back there.
Oh man.
I caught probably till I was about a junior in high school, and I can tell you them knees. They're, I wasn't no Conager Pierce, that's for sure, but I stood back there, or squatted back there. I didn't have as far to squat, though. I wasn't very big. I was kind of a Hayden Dean size guy.
You were small, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't very big in high school. I'm not very big now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I damn sure wasn't very big back then. I don't know if you can say that on the radio, but I just did. Sorry.
Oh, well.
Anyway, so here we go as we
Once
move
again,
into the second inning. So the batter for Jow here is going to be Damian Baeza. He drives that ball over toward the third baseman. Oh, and my goodness, it spun out on him. Cerna charged the ball, and the ball hit right in front of him. It had like some spin on it. Safely at first. They're going to test out Ontiveros' arm, I'm guessing, here at some point. And they don't own that one. Swing and a miss to number 19. That's Ethan Houston. Houston, the right-hander.
I would step off, throw it towards first. Look at that big lead. That kid
I think he's going to go. There he goes. And see, they're going to try out Ontiveros. Ontiveros does a good.
Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful throw by Ontiveros.
Ontiveros
even better tag by Tucker, but he is counted safe at second. That's what happens when you get a big lead here.
Woo. Yeah, that looked like they got him to me.
But anyways, dun-dun-dun.
So a stolen base there by Baeza. And there's a ball low and outside.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Baeza.
Yeah. You know, Ontiveros with his first throw down to second was a good one. He definitely made him think about it.
No question they're stealing again, huh?
Yep. There's a beautiful nice breaking ball that looked like it was going to ear hole him, and then at the last minute the floor fell out of it and it cut back, made a left-hand turn right over the home plate.
He buckled his legs in it.
And that was just strike number 3.
I think it's number 13 for Jow. What number is he? He is Diego. I don't know what last
Porras, I think is what that says, but I'm not 100% sure.
He squared up the bunt, but he called it a strike. He did not pull back. He did not put the bunt down.
Let's see here. Diego Porras, yeah, number 13. Porras. If I roll my tongue right, and it don't usually roll right, but anyway. That's Diego. Oh, he lays a nice bunt right over to the pitcher. Pitcher throws it over. They fire it back over.
Oh. A little action there. Connor Pierce got the ball, threw it over towards third as the runner was rounding to towards third. Fernando threw it back to second to get him out, and he slid in. They tagged him, but they considered him safe. So we have runners on first and second now for the Jao Panthers. It brings up number 2.
Number 2 is Connor Andre is the name that I have. Yep, Connor Andre.
And Jao has 1 out.
So here comes the pitch, and it's a big breaking ball that cuts back across there, and there is no call, so I'm assuming it's a ball. So that is a ball. So Giles Andre steps back up to the plate. He's a lefty. He swings at that one about the time it hit the catcher's mitt.
He blew it right by him. So it's 1-1 with 1 out. Here at the top of the second. Man. Anyways, Connor winds up, throws it in. It's the outside corner, it appeared, dude. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Jow with runners at first and second. Connor at the plate. That ball's high and outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. We're in the top of the second inning. Jow at the plate here in Eunice, New Mexico. So here comes the pitch. That ball swung on and fouled. He got a little small piece of it.
That's one of those, just throw the bat out there and hopefully they can stay alive.
Yes.
So it kind of remains the same, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Top of the second, scores 8-0, coach. 8-0, Eunice leads.
Here comes the pitch. It swung on, hit over towards short. Short's going to pick it up. They flip it over to second. They get the runner at second. They weren't able to turn 2. So that's going to make it 2 outs. Nobody scored on that. We're going to have runners at the corners.
Brings up number 10, Edward Arroyo for the Jao Panthers. That's the top of the lineup, correct?
Yep, back to the top. Eduardo Arroyo. He singled his last at bat.
Towards first base, right?
Yes, sir. There's a Ontiveros was going to throw it. He tried to flip it from his glove to his hand, and his hand just didn't quite keep up with the glove flip.
I believe he wanted revenge on that throw. He was going to come unloose on that one.
Yep. He looked like he was going to put everything he had into that one, Captain.
And that's a lot. So the runner's on second and third for the Jao Panthers.
There's a big breaking ball that comes back across there for a strike.
I was going to say, what?
Took a little while. It was a delayed call. As we mentioned earlier, when this ump calls strikes, he sometimes sits there for 2 or 3 seconds before he gives the signal. There's another big breaking ball, and it's in the same spot for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. We're in 2 outs, or we've got 2 outs here in the top of the second. Runners at second and third for this job. There's it is right there. 3 straight breaking balls in the exact same spot. No swing. 3 strikes, and Eunice gets out of the inning.
Jao strands 2 on base, does not score any runs. We got a couple of hits out of it, but no runs were scored. We give a shout out to our sponsors, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. Conacher did a very beautiful job there pitching that ball. 3 straight breaking balls, and Ontiveros didn't even move the glove.
Yeah. Yeah, they were great looking pitches for sure. What do we have a doubleheader today, or is this a single game? I believe
it's a varsity and JV game.
Varsity JV, okay. All right, I wasn't sure whether this was a double.
That's what my calendar says, but I mean, you know, last time we showed up a little bit 10 minutes late, so.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Maybe double check all this to make sure.
Shoot, I got like Brittany playing on the intercom. Started to jump up and scream, "Hit me, baby, one more time."
I got a text like 20 minutes ago, I guess, and it's about the sound, the audio. It's from my wife. She's, "Hey, you at the game?" It says it sounds bad, but now it sounds good. There's probably that split second when you checked it, I bet.
When we first turned it on, these knobs up at the top were off a little bit. I adjusted those, and then I think after that it seems to have worked okay. I went back and checked it a while ago as I stepped off and listened to it on my phone. It sounded good then, but
it changes every now and then. But I think so far, I think we're doing good. Today is the 19th, April the 19th, Jao, Varsity, and JV.
Yep.
And then the 23rd, it's against Loving here. It's a doubleheader. And in April the 25th, Monday of next week, against Texaco, it's a doubleheader.
Did we change pitchers, or is that the normal pitcher?
For Jow?
Yeah, the reason I asked, that's the same one, huh?
Yes.
He let that pitch go, and it literally was probably 25 foot left of home plate, and then he instantly grabbed his arm like maybe he hurt himself when he let that last pitch go. And whether that was just because the pitch went so far over that way. See, that's 2 in a row, and see, he's wincing and grabbing, reaching toward that arm.
I mean, as a coach, you need to see that because you don't want to hurt any kid.
Yeah. So Zeke Benton comes up to the plate for the Cardinals.
Some of our contractors up here watching the game.
Yeah. Yep.
Get some free baseball out of it.
That's right. So Zeke steps up, the right-hander. He's number 1. Ontiveros may be number 1 in our hearts, but Zeke's number 1 on his jersey. He's in there. He's ready. Here comes the pitch. It's low and outside for ball number 1.
The ball gets away from the catcher, and the on-deck guy does not. There you go, bud.
He's like, I don't want to run over there.
Like, are you serious?
You think I'm on the track team or what?
He has a mitt for a purpose.
So Arroyo back on the hill. He's ready. He kicks and fires, and that ball is low and outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs here. It's 8-0. We're in the bottom of the second.
And I will keep track that on the app eventually. He does do what he's saying. He keeps moving his shoulder, his elbow.
It's like he's having a pain or something in his arm is what I'm. And that ball's low and outside for ball number 3. So 3 straight low and outside pitches, 2 of those all the way back to the backstop for Arroyo.
And he keeps looking over towards the dugout.
Yes.
You notice that?
I think his arm's bothering him. Like I said, he keeps wincing and kind of reaching toward his arm and then looking toward the dugout. Here comes the next pitch, and that ball's right down the middle, and it is driven high and deep toward left field, and it is going to skip over the fence for a ground rule double for Benton.
He had a green light the whole time.
Yes, and he doubled his first at bat and then gets the ground rule double, and his second at bat as he hits it over on the skip over that left field fence.
Nice shot there.
Yes, it was. That'll bring up Jonathan Caballero. Young man singled his first at bat. He will step up here. Jonathan's a sophomore as well, right?
Correct, yes.
Yep.
I apologize. He's a junior.
A junior. Okay. I
hope his dad don't get mad again.
Yeah, that dang dad. He might get fired up. So I just remember Chloe and Jonathan when they were little bitty playing a little soccer tournament. They throw it back over towards second base.
Not even close on the throw.
Nope.
I think they're wasting a little bit of time to get their guy warmed up over there in the pitchers.
Yeah, and I'm sure, too, they probably know that Chance Tucker is highly likely to head for third here any second.
Is that the law out there?
That's the law, double law, it looks like.
And what you said last time on the
radio.
radio.
That's right, and that ball was thrown about 15 foot to the right of home plate all the way to the fence, and now Benton easily strolls over to third. I don't know these young men that well, but pitcher acts like he's having some arm problems to me, like something's hurting him.
Yeah, every time he, like you said, keeps wincing and shaking that arm.
So here comes the next pitch, and it is outside again, and that's going to easily allow Benton to score, and he still almost gets knocked out with the fastball coming back from the backstop. But he scores easily. That makes it 9-0, and we're in the bottom of the second with no outs. Caballero at the plate. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. He's ready. Arroyo on the hill for Jow. Kicks and fires, and that ball is low and way outside, and he's shaking that arm again.
I mean, he should walk around the mound and give that other person if they have somebody warming up over there.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the kid. His coach, I'm sure, knows him better than I do. I just know that he keeps shaking that arm and holding it. And there's a ball that's driven high down the left field line. It's in foul territory, but Zhao's left fielder is going to make a nice catch out there in foul territory.
It looks like coach is giving him the green light.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Right now they have a lead. Let them open it up a little bit, right?
Yep. You always say that. You got the green light, and I'm always the red light guy.
Well, now the score is 9-0. Why not?
From my police days, I'm always thinking you got to stop at the red light. But all right, so that brings up Sean Stinson. He was hit by a pitch his first at bat. He steps up here ready. Here comes the pitch, and that ball is swung on and missed for strike number 1.
He jumped on that. That's the first, probably the second strike this young man has thrown. The first one Jonathan hit, and this guy just missed the second one.
So it's 0-1. Here to Stinson. 1 out. It's 9-0. We're in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. It's low and outside in that same place that about 7 of the last 10 pitches have been. And he's shaking the arm again.
I wonder if that's just his tradition to do that.
Maybe.
I mean,
that might be just his routine, and that may be why nobody's thinking anything about it but me. So here he is. He's back on the hill. That's Arroyo. He kicks and fires. That ball's down the middle, and that looked like a good pitch. Yes, it is. It is called strike. So strike 2 to Stinson.
real quick, that's only 3 pitches this young man has thrown towards Stinson. He's finding the zone, you can say.
Yep. So here comes the next pitch. He kicks and fires. That ball's right down the middle. Swung on and missed. First strikeout number 1. I believe that's the first strikeout for Jow.
I think we were completely wrong. I think he's warming his arm up every time he moves it.
Maybe. So that'll bring up Bubba Cerna, a.k.a. Little Fernando. That'll bring him up to the mound, or to the plate, I'm sorry, not to the mound. He's in that right-handed batter's box. He's ready. Here comes the pitch, and it is low and outside, and instantly the arm shakes out there again. Like I said, maybe that's his routine. I don't know. But
it's pretty awkward to see a pitcher constantly shake his arm like that.
Yes, after every bad pitch. On that strikeout while ago, he didn't shake that arm. But on the pitch that goes way outside to the fence, he's shaking it.
Oh, good pitch, but it's called the ball a little high, I guess.
So 2 balls, no strikes here. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second. It's 9-0. Eunice hadn't had the success this inning that they had last inning so far. That ball is low and outside.
Low and outside. That catcher's getting a workout, man.
Man, he is. His knees have got to be screaming at him.
Getting up, getting back down, getting back down, getting back up. I'll just slide over, try to stop it with my bare hand if needed.
Yep. So it's 3-0. Here comes the next pitch. It is low and inside for ball number 4. So Cerna earns the walk.
Brings Gio Chacon up to bat, bottom of the lineup here.
And Chacon walked his last at bat.
So give a shout out to our sponsors: Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Eunice Health Clinic.
So Cerna with the big lead over at first. Here he goes. He's headed over there. They swing and miss at the pitch. They just throw it back to the pitcher, and Cerna easily on to second with a stand-up stolen base.
I think he was trying to protect the runner there.
I think so too. It's 0-1. So here comes the next pitch to Chacon. It's inside for ball number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second. It's 9-0 in favor of the Cardinals.
If this pitcher comes out the next inning, I expect that pitch right there to be called a strike. Because it's pretty close.
Gio Chacon on second. Here's the pitch. It's low and outside all the way to the backstop. Gio easily strolls over to third base. So it's 2-1. Catcher looks a little frustrated to me. 2-1. I said Chacon goes over to third, but that's Cerna, and Chacon's at the plate.
And that's
called strike.
The count is 2-2 on Chacon on the outside corner.
Lots of 2s on the board. The second inning, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Number 2 off the bat.
Yep. Gio steps in there. He's ready. Eduardo Arroyo on the mound. There's a swing and a pop over towards second. It's going to get over the second baseman's head into the outfield, and that will be an RBI single for Chacon. He thought about going and almost got himself in a bind, but he gets back over there.
He did not expect that as he jumped back towards first base. That's a good job, him staying alive out there, reaching out there and pushing that ball at their center.
Yep.
So it brings a... Go ahead, Coach.
So he scores another run, so it's going to be 10-0, and Micah Tippett heads to the plate.
We can open it up here, Coach.
Yeah, I didn't have much going this inning until right now, and all of a sudden we do. So here goes Tippett. He steps in there. There goes the runner. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. It's way, way, way back. Oh, my goodness. It bounced right at the bottom of the fence right over. So it's a ground rule double. And they're going to stop Chacon at third base as he was on first.
That right fielder kept running and running like he's going to run into the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's trying to track it down, but it's hit high.
So Tippett with a ground rule double.
That's the second one of this game. Somebody's due for a home run.
Yeah.
Let's go 2-4. You're up.
So Ontiveros steps up to the plate. Runners at second and third. It's 10-0. Eunice in the lead. 2 outs here. I don't know what it is about 2 outs on the board that usually wakes the Cardinals up, but they're awake, hopefully. Runners at second and third. Here comes the pitch to Ontiveros. He drives that one high over into shallow left field. There's a bunch of people running for it. Nobody gets it. It bounces. Ontiveros headed for second, and Tippett is going to stroll in like he's walking his dog at the park on a Sunday morning, and he strolls on over to home and steps on the plate for another run. It's 12-0. Eunice in the lead.
13-0, right, Coach?
12.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's just 12.
So
Jorge would have got thrown out at second if that second baseman would have been on second base.
Agreed.
So we got a pinch runner out there. Once again, Adano Hernandez be running for Jorge, who was playing catcher tonight.
Yep. And up comes Chance Tucker. He's pointing towards center field again. That little warm-up thing he does, it looks to me like he's calling his shot. But anyway, he's there. That ball is low and outside. Catcher makes a good stop, though. Keeps it in front of him.
I think the reason we're having a lot of action, that arm warmed up for that pitcher. And he's getting close in the area, in the zone. Everybody's just swinging. If it's close, they're swinging.
So 8 runs scored in the first inning, 4 so far here this one. That one's low and outside again. Tucker easily into third.
Adan.
Oh, they pinch ran for Ontiveros. I don't know what I was thinking.
He does look like Tucker, don't he?
Kind of that
slide.
Yeah. Kind of that body style.
Yep. Tucker's just a smidge.
It's like a Mustang. You know, they all look like Mustangs. Oh, wow.
If that kid had a butt, it would have hit him.
Yeah, and that was Tucker.
That was Tucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got close.
That ball went right behind Tucker. I'm not sure it didn't go between his elbow and his armpit on the backside of him and land in the catcher's mitt. But it's 3 balls, no strikes here to Tucker. Here comes the pitch, and it is way outside. They're headed for home. They step in there, almost get knocked out. But he's safely in, scores another run. Tucker headed to first on the walk.
Man, that kid throws the ball back fast.
Yes, he does. So that brings Conager Pierce to the plate. Tucker at first. It's a 13-0 game. Pierce steps in here ready. I would guess Tucker will be headed that direction. I would not be surprised to see him try to throw over, and they didn't. That ball's low and outside for ball number 1.
Guess he's going to go on the second pitch.
Yeah, I instantly start to wonder when he doesn't go, but I'm guessing he's going to go here. I would be extremely surprised if he doesn't. He's not.
No, there's the brakes, but the coach
drive over towards short. They pick it up. They flip it that way. Pierce. Pierce was giving it all she's got. He had his arms waving.
He was wide open, wasn't he?
He looked like he was running a marathon, and the ribbon was coming out, and he was trying to get there.
I couldn't see because all that black smoke he was blowing. But he gets there. He stretches out to a single, doesn't he?
So Conager Pierce with a single. Advances the other base runner over to second. So we've got runners at first and second, and that's going to bring up Zeke Benton, who's got an RBI double and then a ground roll double in his 2 at-bats.
And he batted around.
Yeah. So he steps up here ready. Runners at first and second. Ooh, and that ball's going to bing him, and he heads over to first. Now the bases will be loaded.
And I don't think the coach is going to let him steal anymore the way they did the Tucker a minute ago on first.
Well, they held him, huh?
Yep. So that hit batter was brought to you by the City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, and Eunice Pump and Supply.
And if you get hit by a pitch, you can always run down to Eunice Health Clinic, get them to work on you a little bit, especially if Pierce or somebody like that's throwing it. Bases are loaded to J-Cab. 2 outs. It's 13-0. Eunice in the lead. Eduardo Arroyo on the hill for the Panthers. Most of these runs have been scored with 2 outs. We do our best work for some reason at that point. There's a drive toward left field. It's over the left fielder's head. It's off the wall. J-Cab drove it to the wall. He's going to score runners. They're just like literally slowing them down and walking them toward home plate. Runners are going to be at first and second.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the coaches are holding them up, which is a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, if I was a coach, go 3 motions. If it's in close, swing, be aggressive at the plate. So.
Yeah, the only negative about that is J-Cab probably could have had him 3 RBIs on that drive.
I concur with you 100%.
And everybody was kind of held up. He gets 2 out of it anyway. It's now 15-0 in favor of the Cardinals. Ball 1 to Stinson, who's at the plate. There goes a base runner headed. So they're not completely held up. They still got a little juice.
So you know what, Coach? I'm a senior. I'm going to steal.
I'll steal if I want to. And J-Cab's like, well, if he's doing it, I am too.
I got to follow the leader. He leads by example, Coach.
So there is a pitch that looked pretty good. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Stinson. He struck out his last at bat in this inning. Here's the pitch, and that one, man.
Everybody goes, oh, I heard that through the glass.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty dang good pitch. It was called a ball.
You know, he's consistent. I ain't going to complain one bit at this given moment.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That ball is way outside, and the runners are not even going to try to go. So
I thought J-Cab was going to go give a high five to Zeke there for a second.
Yeah, at third. Yeah, they didn't even try to make a move toward the plate. That ball went all the way to the fence, and the runners just stood there, which, like I said, I'm guessing is probably what they're supposed to do. There's a drive over the right field line. It's going to be foul.
Man, I got 4 balls on this. The app is – I apologize about the app.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on the board out there in right field.
I'm good here too, Coach.
Here comes the pitch. It's low and outside for ball number 4. That'll send Stinson over to first. Bases are loaded. Bubba Cerna comes up to the plate. He's got a single and a walk in his 2 at-bats so far today. So Cerna steps in. He's ready. Wanting to get him some young credit points in. He swings at that one and knocks it back foul.
Jumped on the first pitch there.
Yes, he did.
Missed it by a smidge. That foul ball is brought to you by Eunice Wrecker and Rentals and Eunice Health Clinic and Redbird Gas.
If you end up with a foul ball or a foul tire, just run on over and call Eunice Wrecker. They'll come haul your car off. He's back in there. He's ready. That ball's high and outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's a 15-0 lead here for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Bottom of the 2nd inning, huh?
It's got a good sign that we might get to go home early. Oh, my goodness.
And that being said, he opened it up. Outside pitch called the strike 2. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Right, Coach?
Yep. So here comes the next pitch. It's driven over toward the third baseman. Shortstop comes over behind him, and they're going to just throw it back over to the pitcher like they're having some batting practice on a Sunday afternoon at the Little League softball field up at the Eunice Park. They didn't even throw it over toward first.
He didn't attempt to throw. He had a good chance of throwing it over there.
I thought so, too.
The score now is 16-0. Bottom of the 2nd, Gio Chacon up the bat.
Yep.
For 2 outs.
He's walked and had an RBI single in his at-bats so far today.
And that's called strike there.
Eunice scored 8 runs in the bottom of the 1st. They've now scored 8 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. We've got 2 outs here to Chacon. Oh, that hurt me just watching. Chacon reaches out, slaps the ball. It goes straight down into the plate, then bounces up, and it looked like it hit him in the face, but apparently he must be tougher than me because he just gave his coach the thumbs up, and I guess he's ready to go.
You gonna mess up that mountain maker, boy.
Man, 0-2 is the count. There's a swing on and a miss and a strikeout after taking one off the dome.
That being said, Eunice strands the bases loaded, 3 runners on. They scored 8 points, correct, Coach?
Yes.
This inning?
Yes.
And the score right now is 16-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd. Going to the top of the 3rd. Give a shout out to our sponsors. Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Parker Energy Service, and Eunice, Wrecker, and Rentals.
And it looks like Coach Reynolds headed over to visit with the ump. I would guess he's probably going to bring in the softball team or maybe the track team to see if they want to play a few innings. So we're liable to see a mix-up in the roster. How are you, sir? We got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Pender here, checking us out, making sure everything was going all right.
You gonna be selling some gear? What's all this?
I have no idea what it is, but it looks soft on the bum.
By God, it's for our broadcasters,
Yeah,
huh?
I like this right here.
Which one is that one?
I've been known to wear one of these.
I'm taking this brown one.
It keeps my ears from getting all like scaly. I start to look like a snake after a while.
No, I was going to joke, but I said no comment. I better not. It's too soon, huh?
This little thing right here, when you got a rump shaker like mine, this don't do much for you. You need a little bit thicker.
Yeah, you do.
Because that little thing right there ain't going to do much for my backside. I don't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, cold bleacher's pretty good. All right. Oh, they got lots of different colors in them things, huh?
They got hats. They got ball caps. They got these little.
If my wife wasn't over at some NMJC board meeting, I'd get her up here to buy me one. She don't give me any money. I'm kind of like Barney with his one bullet. I get $1 from my wife every day, and that's about all I get. So
if you're lucky, huh?
That's right. Yeah, she does all the buying. People come to my house want me to buy something, if they're selling tickets or whatever. I'm like, well, you have to come back when the wife's here. I don't have no money.
That's a smart woman right there.
That's right. Yeah, she don't let me handle the cash.
You gotta be broke, huh? We don't need that rifle. Well,
all right.
Back to the baseball action.
Yep. It's it's a 16-0 game when we're talking about booties and pads for your bleachers out there and how they feel on the backside. But anyway, so here we go. Jow back to the plate.
He's number 5.
Big breaking ball there from Pearson. That one, I guess, gets back in there.
Inside corner, called strike 1.
Number 5 is Franco for Jow.
Ooh! Hit him on the elbow.
Pierce reared back and let one go, and he just straight drilled. That was a fastball that drilled Franco, and Franco acted like a mosquito landed on his arm or something. He did just sprinted over to first like nothing. It hurt me just watching.
If we have to critique anything so far, every batter that's come up for the Jow Panthers, especially the first one, gets on base.
Yep. So Stanton Richards steps up, and there is a woo-hoo-hoo. Man.
Conacher did an awesome move, throw over first, and almost got him out there, but he was safe.
I may have to watch that one on instant replay.
It's close.
Probably tonight sometime. There is a strike call. So 0-1 here to Stanton Richard. As I mentioned, he's got the best batting average and the best on-base percentage for this Jow team this year. He's a senior. There's a huge, nasty breaking ball that almost looked like he was playing in one of them wiffle ball contests. And left Richard swinging around looking like a windmill between Andrews and Eunice.
It did. It was a beautiful pitch by Conacher.
Man, 0-2 here. They fire it over there again.
Keeping that kid honest, isn't he?
Yeah, they're definitely trying.
That's a good job, Marcus, catching that ball, because if he misses, that thing is going to end up in the parking lot.
Oh, it's going to, like, Nadine.
That boy just throws hard. He don't know nothing in between, does he?
No.
He's like the football. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Stanton. Goes down on strikes. That's out number 1 for the Jow Panthers.
So that is 5 strikeouts already for Pierce, and that'll bring up Trenton Butts. He steps up here. He is ready. There's a nasty breaking ball. Man, Pierce.
Just feeling it, isn't he?
Pierce with that breaking ball, that thing's got to be moving 2 or 3 feet. I mean, it is moving. That was nasty.
That being said, when Torres throws it back to Conacher, couldn't handle the throw. And second baseman caught it for him and gave it back to him. As he bounces the ball off the turf, doesn't he?
He's working on his crossover dribble.
I'm telling you.
So Pierce rears back, and he throws that one right down the middle. That was that fastball.
Keeping those batters off balance, isn't he? Breaking ball, curveball.
Pierce has thrown some nasty-looking pitches out there today. And there's a big breaking ball, and Butts, like, He was like, I'm going to swing, but I don't want to, but maybe I should. And he just kind of halfway swung, and so he's out.
All that being said, Ontivero's doing a great job catching back there.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes to pick up that breaking ball when people swing through it.
So this is Sebastian Arroyo. He comes up to the plate. Pierce throws a huge breaking ball again, and they can't even bunt that thing. Man, that breaking ball's moving. I can assure you, even in my younger days, I could step up there and swing at that about 4 times all in one pitch. Because that is nasty looking. That may be the best breaking ball I've seen at a high school game this year that he's thrown here the last inning or so. That's a nasty
And he has
looking.
command of it, too.
There it is again.
He just missed that one off the plate just by a smidge.
Oof.
I would call it a strike just because it looked beautiful, but that's me.
It's got a lot of movement in it.
It does.
That is a breaking sucker.
Zeke throws a beautiful one as well, so right now it's tied. The 2 breaking balls I've seen this year, very good.
That ball's hit over toward third base. Third baseman scoops it, fires over to first base, and they catch the lead runner. He's out, and that's 3 away, 3 innings. Jal scores 0s on the first, second, and third. We'll move into the bottom of the third with Eunice leading 16-0.
Jal strands 1 runner on today on that inning. So give a shout out to our sponsors: Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, and Eunice Record and Rentals. Here we are at the beginning of the bottom of the third. The score is 16-0 in Eunice, New Mexico. Eunice leads. I almost said Jal. I'll get hung if I said Jal.
Yeah, you get beat up around here.
I know, and it's a good big crowd out there today.
You know,
Being a home game.
I can't see this way. I see the little Jal side over there. They got a good group of about 10 or so.
And keep in mind, this program is kind of young, I believe.
Who, Jal?
Yes.
I thought they started baseball in like the 30s or the 40s.
No, I think they started and they stopped for a couple of years, and then they brought it back up, I think,
Really?
6-7 years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They did away with baseball for a while down there. I didn't know that.
They focused mostly on track for a little bit. And then
I thought maybe it was one of them Eunice deals, like when we have a rough season in any sport, we're always rebuilding. That's what we always say here in Eunice. Oh, we're
rebuilding.
We're rebuilding this year. I know we're rebuilding, but we're rebuilding. That's what it is. That seems to be the ongoing statement from just about any sports program when they struggle a couple of years. We're rebuilding. I know my Cowboys have been rebuilding since about the 90s, and so I can relate. I understand. It was about 96 when they started rebuilding, and they've been rebuilding ever since.
And then Troy Aikman going, they just like
That's right.
They lost engineers and everything. They don't know what to build now, huh?
Yeah, we got rid of Troy and Emmett and Jimmy Johnson, and we've been rebuilding ever since.
They let everybody go counted.
Yep.
In my point of view, but.
In girls sports here in Eunice, we've been rebuilding since they started girls sports, I think. With the exception of a couple of years, we didn't rebuild. But anyway, so here we go. This is number 10.
A pinch hitter. They're going to be batting for.
Who is number 10?
It's
10
one of
is Gomez. Jose Gomez. He's a senior as well. He steps up there. He's ready. So Jal's Arroyo still on the hill. That pitch is called strike.
I'm telling you, he's going to open it up. And I believe he's going to be pinch hitting, or he's going to be playing for Tucker. I think this is Tucker's spot right here because Jorge's right after him. I'm assuming here.
Just had a representative of Eunice Pump and Supply stop by for a quick visit to the booth. We always appreciate Eunice Pump and Supply because they do so much for our community as a whole and just for everything, especially for sports and the school and whatnot. So. Oh, there's a hit pitch.
He hit a batter that had 2 strikes on him.
It's 0-2, and he takes one right in the shoulder blades and heads over to first.
Actually, I correct myself. He went in for Micah Tippett.
Okay.
The pinch hitter.
So that'll bring up Jorge Ontiveros.
The catcher for tonight's evening.
Yeah, got them sore knees.
And let one ball go by him. You notice that?
He's done a good job back there. And there's a high fly ball
gone.
to deep left center field.
That's gone.
It may be. It could be. Holy cow. Jorge Ontiveros goes yard. Here in the bottom of the third, he hits is that a 2 or 3 run shot? 3 run shot. Is that right?
2 run.
2 run. Okay.
2 run.
I've got this corner here, and I can just barely see home plate unless
As
I
soon
lean
as it
this
came
way.
off the bat, you heard it up in the stands. It just pop. He needs to be catching every even if you don't hit a home run, huh?
Yeah, we'll make him the full-time catcher if he's going to hit it like he's hit it today. He's got 3 singles, 3, 4, 5 RBIs, and a home run.
That's good. He's hitting on all cylinders right now.
Yeah.
Chance
So
up the bat.
Chance Tucker, this young man has walked 3 times here today. It's 18-0 in favor of the Cardinals. Arroyo on the hill for Jal. Tucker in the batter's box. He takes that one high and inside, and it almost hits him in the chin, and it is strike because it's 18-0, and that strike zone just got very
Huge.
large.
It got huge here at the bottom of the third.
Here comes the next pitch. And that one's outside by about 1.5 feet. I was expecting it,
Me
but
too. He's such a yeah.
so 1 ball, 1 strike. Tucker back in there ready to go. There's no outs here as we're in the bottom of the third, and that ball is about 4 foot outside.
And Tucker was leaning towards him,
Yes,
man.
he was.
He's being very aggressive up there. He wants to make contact with that ball. Since he's walked 2 times already, correct?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times.
3 straight walks for Tucker. Here comes the next pitch, and that ball hits in the turf about 4 foot in front of home plate and skips up there.
3 balls, 1 strike
Yep.
on Tucker. As he gets back in the batter's box, anxious to hit the ball.
So here comes the next pitch. It's low and outside for ball number 4. So Tucker with 4 straight walks here in this game. And that'll send Conager Pierce to the plate. So Pierce steps up. He's got a double, a fly out, and a single. And on that fly out, it was a line drive that almost and he almost gets that one in the hip bone for ball number 1.
I don't know if I was Jow, I would hit him, knowing that he was quarterback for the Eunice Cardinal football team.
Yeah, you might, just for the heck of it.
Yeah. I don't throw fast anyway, so it don't matter.
That ball's
That's ball 2.
Oh my goodness! Now that they called that one a strike.
Oh.
That's that open strike zone right there.
The
1 ball,
huge
1
strike zone.
strike. No outs.
And
It's
Tucker's down
18-0.
first.
Ooh, and he almost gets hit again.
Not there. Hit him like an upper body where he's big and strong.
Yeah.
We know it don't hurt him there.
He's not big and strong in the lower half.
No. Have you seen the little chicken legs he got? I'm joking. I'm joking, blood.
All right, here he goes. There's a swing and a miss. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Pierce. He swung so hard on that one that his shoes almost flew off.
I'm telling you, he swung very hard on that.
He was definitely trying to hit it somewhere. So here he goes. He's ready. Here comes the pitch, and that is way outside and all the way to the backstop for ball number 3.
And Tucker had a delay still there.
Yeah, I don't think Tucker could pass that up. He's in that race for the stolen base king of the team.
He has to.
He's like, I got to go take this one, even if I walk to second for a stolen base. So it's 3-2. Here comes the pitch. And that one's just as far outside, and Tucker says, you know, I'm racing this stolen base thing, but I'm going to stand here on that one.
It's one of those unwritten rules. You have a pinch hitter, Marcus Tercero comes up the bat. He's going to be batting for Zeke Benton. It's kind of one of those unwritten rules in baseball. Sometimes you don't want to
Rub it in.
Yes, sir.
So it's 18-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Marcus Tercero comes up to the plate. There's runners at first and second. They're going to send a little.
Billy Blevins out there.
Yep. We've got a Billy Blevins sighting as he heads over to first base. He's number 8.
A speedster.
Sophomore. In basketball, we call him the gunslinger, Billy the Kid. So Marcus Tercero steps up. He's ready. Here comes the pitch. It's right about the eyebrows, and it's called strike number 1.
Has just to be a little bit lower, not to be called a strike.
Yeah, if an airplane doesn't fall down out of the sky when they throw it, it is a strike at this point. There's a foul ball for strike number 2. Once again, and I am actually officially not knocking the ump. I think at 18-0 in the third inning, the strike zone should probably get pretty big.
Did you say unofficially not knocking the umpire?
Yeah, because usually I'm knocking.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. First-time listeners.
There's a drive right
the
over
second
at
baseman is always standing at the right spot.
Yes, and the runner that was on second just headed straight to the dugout. Didn't even slow down, just like I'm going to the dugout.
Tucker's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going.
So that's the line out. The
That brings J-Cab up the bat.
And J-Cab, I'm all messed up with this batting order.
With 2 outs.
So, ooh, that ball almost ear holes him.
Just barely misses the strike zone.
I agree.
For ball 1.
So it's 18-0 here. Eunice in the lead. Arroyo on the hill for the Panthers. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle. It's a high fly ball driven right up above the catcher. Catcher's looking for it, and he don't find it.
I love how that reporter just kind of trotted down. Like, he ain't gonna catch it.
He's still got his bat in his hand. He's like, I'm not even going to drop the bat and go anywhere.
Thank you, John.
So 2 outs here. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. J-Cab at the plate. He's got 0-1 after a fly ball that almost touched the space station and then fell back down onto the floor right beside the catcher. So here comes, that one got him almost in the ear hole.
And he moves so casually.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yes. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Is it?
Yes,
2
sir.
balls, 1 strike?
Because he almost got hit twice in the head.
Ooh, he thought about that one.
Oh, I thought he was going to call it a strike because this is in that zone area.
So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here to J-Cab. Billy Blevins standing at first. He starts to stretch it out a little bit. Here comes a drive over toward third base, and it's going to be foul.
Brings it to a full count, Coach.
Yeah. 3-2, 2 outs. 18-0. Eunice in the lead. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Eunice scored 8 in the 1st. They scored 8 in the 2nd. And they scored 2 here. We've got 2 outs, though, and that's when they've been doing the most work. Billy Blevins heads over to second. The ball is thrown to the backstop, and it was ball number 4 for J-Cab.
We scored those 2 runs off a massive home run off our catcher tonight, which is Jorge Ontiveros.
Yeah. Yeah, so this brings up number 33, which is Angel Gomez. He's another senior. Very, very heavy senior.
He's pinch hitting
roster
for Gio Chacon. Billy wanted to go, and they held him up.
Ain't that like that's a commercial? We figured that out during basketball, I think, but I can't remember what it was.
I want to say it was a Kit Kat commercial?
Maybe. Kit Kat, Snickers, some kind of cereal, something I can't remember. But anyway, 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here. Runners at first and second. Blevins on second. Can't tell who. J-Cab on first. Here comes the pitch. It's swung and missed by Gomez. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's a couple of dogs out there in the football field. You notice that?
Yeah.
There's 3 dogs.
Yeah, they look like they're playing a little doggy catch. Might be our superintendent. Kind of looks like his doggies.
That's called a strike. 2 inside corner. Let me get this app back up and running now. Catch up here.
There's a drive right past the pitcher over towards second base. Second baseman running in. He's not going to get there in time.
And safe.
He is safe.
Oh, keep run home, Billy. Never mind.
They're trying to hold him up again, as we mentioned earlier. So the bases are loaded after the single by Gomez. So that brings up number 20, Bubba Cerna.
On that right there, when the ball was hit the second base, that's where the unexperience comes in. He could have waited for the runner coming towards him to tag him out. Yeah.
So you got a single, a walk, and a single with an RBI for Bubba. The ball is thrown all the way to the backstop, but the runners are holding. Coach Reynolds holding them where they're at.
I respect that.
Yep.
And sometimes you can't.
So it is 18-0, 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That ball is low and outside. Oh, and it's never mind. I'm sorry, it was right down the middle for strike number 1.
What are you doing? Remember, it's 1-1. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yep. So 1-1. Here comes Arroyo with the next pitch. That ball's low and outside.
And he got completely overcast now, huh?
Yep. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 18-0. Bases loaded. Cerna at the plate. He steps in. He's ready. Here comes the pitch. It's low and outside. It skips past the catcher all the way back to the stop. And all 3 runners are standing there on their base, looking like they're ready for a Snicker.
That sounds good right about now.
Mm-hmm. I think Obi's supposed to be bringing me a Firehouse sub. I may have to run home and grab one of them in a minute. Anyway, So here we go. We're ready again. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. It's a drive right down the third base line, and it lands about 6 inches.
Billy's over there dodging and weaving that ball.
Foul. Billy was bobbing and weaving.
That's foul ball is brought to you by Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, and Eunice Public Schools.
So 3-2 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Here comes the pitch, and it is low and outside. It goes all the way to the backstop, and that will walk a run home. And the Jowl coach has seen enough. He wants to do something different, I'm thinking maybe. No, maybe not.
And that brings another Nellis up the bat, pinch hitter. And on this quick time, I will give a shout out to our sponsors: Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. Our proud sponsors of today's district game, Eunice versus Jowl, New Mexico. The score here at the bottom of the third, if I'm not mistaken, is 19-0. Eunice leads. And we're going to have a pitching change.
And maybe a catch and change, too. I'm not sure that.
That being said, I want to take a little quick break, Coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. Do. No, I'm good. Nah, I'm all right. Probably by the time you get there and back, this game will be over. Or no, they got to go 5, huh? Oh, shoot. We're allowed to be here for a while. I'll take a Sprite. I'll Sprite it up. Yeah, so we've got a pitching change happening right now. So there is a lot of nothing going on. And so we're just sitting here counting our chickens. As it is 19-0. We've got 2 outs. Got a catch and change. The catcher went to the pitcher's mound. Somebody's going to become the catcher. Not sure who that is yet. Can't quite see the number on the back. That's number 7, and that's Butts. So Trent Butts will head to the catcher's duties, and Stanton Richard heads out to the mound. So, you know, it's as Rosendo mentioned earlier, got a pretty good crowd here today from both sides for Jowl and Eunice. It's a 19-0 game here. Not a whole lot to get excited about for either side. I guess you're excited if you're a Cardinal fan winning 19-0 in the third inning, but it's definitely been I don't know what the word is, a little bit of a slow game. So, anyway, new pitcher on the hill, Stanton Richard. He rears back and fires in his warm-up here. We were just discussing that here a couple seconds ago. We had somebody step into the booth and ask if we had to play through 5, and we think that is the case. We're not 100% certain, but I think they do have to play through 5, no matter the score. The Cardinals, I mean, it's 19-0, but the Cardinals have literally, this inning, they have tried not to score. They've left runners just standing on base when the ball's still bouncing around in the field. Numerous times there's been pass balls that got past the catcher all the way to the backstop, and the runners are just standing on their bases. So it's not like Eunice is out here trying to run it up. It's just the way it is. This Cardinal team is, as I've mentioned in my pregame and throughout the season, this Cardinal team is loaded this year with some talented kids, and so just a tough matchup for these Panthers, as they haven't won a game all year, and this is probably not the game to come test your abilities against this Cardinal team this year. So I'm thinking this pitcher's got to be getting close to ready, as the coach is still standing out there on the hill with him. And I'm just trying to keep you folks out there occupied. But anyway, we may take a quick break, and we'll be back ready to broadcast here in a couple seconds once they're ready to start this game back up. That's true. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the new pitcher on the hill is Stanton Richard, a former Eunice Cardinal for the Jowl Panthers. The Eunice steps in, bases loaded, 2 outs. It's 19-0. There's a drive. It's going to get past the third baseman. They're trying to pick it up and swing it back over, and they do. And they get the runner headed for third. Thank you, sir. You're the man. And Resendo is delivering Cracker Jacks and buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. He brought me some M&Ms and some Sprites, so that's just as good. And Jowl gets out of the inning, and so Richard does his job. He gets him to ground out, and we will head into the top of the fourth here. My roster or stat keeping for this game is just all messed up because we've changed folks
Here and there, everywhere, huh?
Yep.
As you can tell, we have a lot of substitution for the Eunice Cardinals. We're going to have, there's like Aiden Pender going to second. Short, we're going to have, I think that's Alfredo Morales. Billy stays in the game. Adan Ornelas goes out to left field. Center field, we have one of the Gomez twins, and the other right field, we have the other Gomez. Our pitcher and catcher stay the same. And that being said, we give a shout out to our sponsors. Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, Redbird Gas, Eunice Public Schools, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, and Eunice Pump and Supply. Our proud sponsors of today's game, which is, the score is 19-0. Eunice leads here. Like Billy, I almost called you Billy. Jimmy said, top of the fourth. Starting the top of the fourth. So far, man, it's been
That was Billy Holger for a minute.
so far it's been a great game for the Eunice Cardinals. They're going through everything. They came out here and took care of business for being a district game. And if they pull this out, which I think they might, they're going to go up right now to 0-2, right? Or 2 wins in district.
Yeah, this make them 2-0. So number 8, that's Damian Baeza. This young man's batted once today, got a single. So Conager Pierce steps in. Here comes the kick into fire, and man, he threw that one with some velocity. It's fouled off for strike number 1.
And Baeza had a good swing on that. Came straight back. He barely missed that ball by a smidge. Put it in play. As we sit here and enjoy our sweets from the concession stand. Oh, breaking ball. Called strike. Beautiful job there by Conager. Calls off the first sign. Gets the next one. Takes a little while to get the call in because we have a new catcher out there. Ooh, fastball high and inside.
Strike number 3.
They throw it around, and that strike's brought to you by City of Eunice, Redbird Gas, and Eunice Public Schools.
I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts for Pierce. And that brings up number 19, Ethan Houston, who's batted once today, and that was a strikeout. So here comes the first pitch, and that ball hits the catcher's mitt about the time Houston decides to start his swing.
Let's see, Houston, we have a problem.
Yes, we do on that particular pitch. We have a problem, Houston. Here comes the next pitch. And that ball is hit off I guess you call that the butt of the bat. And it rolls right over to first baseman for out number 2. He got a piece of it. It didn't look like the ball hit the actual bat. It looked like it hit the little...
The nub on the back.
That's
Marcus did a good
looking.
job of handling that ball earlier in the game. The ball ate him up, and he came back and redeemed himself here and played it by himself, touched the bag by himself, out for number 2. And that out brought to you by Park Energy Service and Eunice Pump and Supply.
So Diego Porras is up now. He singled his first at bat. He squares around, going to bunt that one. And Pierce fired that one high and outside. Apparently he got his bat back in time.
He's laid down another bunt.
He laid a good bunt that time. Ontiveros comes up swinging and
Wow.
gets him. Wow. Ontiveros.
He came out of the catching position, picks up with his bare hand, spinning throw, accurate throw the first, gets him out like 6-7 feet out.
That was actually a beautiful bunt right down the third base line and right where you want it. Ontiveros, who's not normally the catcher, comes springing up from behind home plate, runs down the third base line, grabs it, looked like a Russian figure skater as he did a little pirouette spin, fired it over to first base, and gets the runner.
Did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I think he worked himself out of third base already.
Yeah, he might be a
And
full-time catcher.
Conrad lost his job.
He keeps throwing breaking balls like he's been throwing today, and he may have a new job.
Yeah. So that brings us to the bottom of the 4th. The score remains 19-0. Eunice leads here in Eunice, New Mexico. Jal has a new pitcher. His name is Stanton Richards.
Yep.
And give a shout out to our sponsors: Eunice Record and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. Man, Eunice Cardinals came out here and took care of business right now. It's a good thing because it gives an opportunity to those other seniors on the team that don't get to play that much. Come out, get to swing the bat a little bit, play some field, and give the other seniors a break. I don't know if they really wanted to because it's great data, patting your stats, you could say. But it's coach's choice.
I concur.
It's no like in basketball, like you would say, to 20 points. I don't think they have that in.
Like a running clock type of thing or something? Yeah.
I don't think they do here.
I think we were talking about it earlier. I think you got to play 5 innings, so no matter what the score is, and as I mentioned earlier, the Cardinals, for sure in that last inning, probably could have put up another 8-10 runs
Easily, coach.
and they went into coasting mode. I mean, literally, runners just standing on base when ball's in play.
Jonathan hit it to the wall, bases loaded, only one score. That should tell you everything.
So number 10 steps up to the plate. That's Jose Gomez.
Senior. For the Eunice Cardinals.
Stanton Richard kicks and fires. A swing and a miss.
Strike one.
Gomez got some good-looking sunshades on. I see that red tint reflecting off the sunshine. Kind of cool.
He gets mad at himself when he missed that ball. You get 2 more, bud.
So here comes the next pitch. Kick and fire. That ball's right down the middle. Wow.
It's a little low.
I guess so. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I guess. Never mind.
The strike zone shrunk again.
New pitcher.
So here comes the next pitch from Stanton Richard.
Ooh, outside corner. Call the strike.
Well,
Example. What you say a while to that? That strike was brought to you, City of Eunice and Eunice Health Clinic.
so Richards is ready again. He takes a look at the catcher. That's Butts. He kicks and fires it right toward Butts.
An outside corner called strike 3
Strike 3.
for out number 1. Even the blue was kind of like, it's a strike.
So Jorge Ontiveros comes to the plate. He's got 3 singles, a home run, and 5 RBIs in this game.
Turn it up.
So there's a huge swing. And a
Out of the
miss.
zone. I think coach encouraged him go out there. I want you swinging 3 times. If you hit it, you hit it. You can't blame him for that, can you? Horta gets back up in there. Oh, he reaches on that one, fouls it straight back.
That first pitch was 2 foot high, and he whiffed at it. That one was 2 foot outside, and he stepped like almost on home plate to swing at that one. Fouls it off. So 2 strikes here to Ontiveros.
Coach only gave him 3 pitches, I'm telling you.
It's like some of that old summer softball that adults play where you step to the plate with like a 3-2 count or whatever. There's a drive over into left field. That'll be a single for Ontiveros.
Oh,
it's going to get past it gets past the left fielder, goes all the way to the wall.
He can probably go 3 if you want.
Ontiveros is on his horse, and he's
he put it in second gear.
Oh my goodness! And they throw it. He's going for home. He's going to make a home run.
He slides in with his hands in the air, and the shortstop man for Jow, he threw that ball, and that was a former pitcher. And he is in pain out there for the Jow Panthers. But good base running by Jorge.
Ontiveros just turns a single into a in-the-park home run.
I think Coach Drew had the stop sign up over there, and he just blew right by it. Can't blame him. He's a senior.
So he turned second, was headed for third, and where they would have had him easily, and an overthrow, and I don't know what all later. Anyway, it's an in-the-park home run.
I love his slide at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. He's having fun. Yep. And that brings Gomez, Morales up the bat. I apologize.
So it's 20-0 here in favor of Eunice. We're in the bottom of the 4th.
And there's a Julius Woods sighting out there on deck circle. Hopefully we get to see him back this year.
Mm-hmm.
So Alfredo Morales has ball 1 on him.
There's a high fly ball over towards center field. Center fielder comes in, makes a catch.
It's route number 2. And Julius Woods gonna get to step in there. A big slugger. We get to get on base. Like to see him run. Steps in on the right-hand side. He's another senior that's on the team. Looks like a little Cecil fielder.
Yep.
Oh, high and inside for ball number 1.
Yep.
He thought about it. I think they're only getting 3 pitches.
He thought about swinging. He
He
turned and
did.
looked at the coach like, what'd you want me to do with that one? It was way high. So here comes the next pitch, and it's low and outside for ball number 2.
Doesn't call it a strike.
So
for a
2
split
balls, no strikes, 2 outs. It's 20-0 in favor of the Cardinals. Stanton Richard on the hill for the Panthers. Julius Woods at the plate. That ball's way high for ball number 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Woods looks like he's having a debate back and forth with the coach, like, you want me to swing at those 2? So
I would swing just to stay in the batter's box right now.
So Woods steps in there. He's ready.
Even if it's not even close up, just swing.
There's a fly ball down the right field line. Is it going to stay in?
Oh. Barely.
It looked to me like it was right on the line, but it was called foul. If that ball had hit the way it was spinning, it was headed over toward the batting cages, and Woods might have got to test out his speed.
My God, he's a fast critter.
So it's 3-1 here. 2 outs. Woods at the plate. Here comes the pitch. It's another drive. This one's over toward the second baseman, and he boots it. And Woods is going to easily stroll into first, showing everybody that speed as he beat it down the baseline.
Did you see the afterburners come on? He
I
didn't
did.
deploy the parachute on that one. I'm glad he got on base. You can probably steal, I bet.
So that's going to bring Marcus Tercero to the plate.
Do you think he'll steal? I would. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
go for it, Marcus. Give him the sign, coach. Give him the sign. Do that whole cross the chest steal.
Mhm. So Woods with the lead over at first. Here comes a pitch, and it almost hits Marcus in the ear hole.
Look at that huge lead he has over there on first base.
Yeah, right now it's almost as big as it was a while ago. So it's 3-1 count. Is that right?
No, it's
No?
one
Oh.
ball.
Oh, okay. What? There's a drive right at the shortstop. Shortstop makes the catch.
That kid has caught 3 line drives when he was on second base.
Yeah.
They swapped him over. That kid's always at the right spot at the right time. So that's out number 3 for the Eunice Cardinals. They strand 1, but they score another home run by Jorge Ontiveros. In the park home run.
In the park home run.
So the score is 20-0 here at the top of the 5th. I believe this will be the last inning if they go out there and take care of business for the Eunice Cardinals. So I give a quick shout out to our sponsors: Eunice Record and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. And they got Julius out there arguing, talking to coach. Like, what do you want me to do again? They're putting Julius in the pitch?
I think they are going to put
By
Julius.
golly, he must be our secret weapon.
So Julius Woods heads to the hill.
Cool, calm, and collected that he is.
Oh, goodness. We give up 20 in this inning, and we'll be like, what the heck was we
Shut up.
thinking?
Remember what Heath team will tell you? You don't say stuff like that.
So it's 21-0. Julius Woods.
He looks like
Not only does he come onto the field, he comes onto the mound.
he steps on like with authority. I am the man, the myth,
Yes.
the legend of baseball. Number Big 5. Mr. Dominican Republican player,
Oh,
Julius
man,
Woods.
He's rocking and firing with
I'm
a little
telling you.
velocity, too.
I'm telling you, he's not even bending his legs. He's just nothing but arm right there.
He's like, I'm going to stiff leg it.
I'm telling you, look at him. Look.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That one looked like it had a little break to it. I
I'm
think
telling you.
you broke out the breaking ball right there.
He's just warming up, coach.
Is that a red glove he's wearing, too?
Uh-huh.
That'll make him throw at least a couple miles
He
an hour
looks like
faster.
Pedro Martinez out there, don't he?
So Woods on the mound. There's the breaking ball.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let's go, Woods.
He's like, I pitched over there in the Little League once.
Many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm. After a 4th of July parade. So he is ready.
I mean,
21-0.
you were not joking about earlier about Eunice has a lot of pitchers on this.
Well, and the bad thing is, I mean,
What do you mean bad thing?
the bad thing is I'm watching him and
He's throwing strikes.
yeah, that's what I mean. I know that sounds bad, but that's we
you-
just pulled somebody out of the dugout and said, hey, you're going to pitch this inning, and he's throwing the ball pretty
I'm
dang
telling
good.
you. I mean, everybody that's playing infield right now couldn't pitch. And maybe the outfield as well. Yeah? You got the Gomez twins out there. You got Adan Hernandez. I'm telling you, man, this team has numerous talented players.
So up comes number 2, Connor Andre. He reached on a fielder's choice earlier. There's a drive over toward the third baseman. Third baseman fires in, flips it over. Oh!
They called him safe. He was, I don't know if he was there, but he's safe on first base.
Man, was
Bubba
that
did a good-
Tucker?
that was
It's Bubba. Man, he did a really good job. That's a nice throw. And
He had to come in a long way to get that slow dribbler. So that puts a runner on first for the Jow Panthers. But that's how much they pretty much start off every inning with the runner on. But Eunice Cardinals come back and take care of business. Remember, Julius Woods is on the mound now with the lead 21-0. Was that off a count?
21-0 Nader. That's right. So here comes a big breaking ball there by Woods, and it's going to be called a ball.
Like the way he walks off that mound like a man with a purpose, huh?
He comes all the way down there like, hey, give me that ball back.
I know what I'm doing, big boy.
So he's looking over toward first. I would guess they're going to send him. There he goes.
Swing and a miss.
Ontiveros throws it. Ooh.
Beautiful job by the shortstop backing up the second baseman, keeping that ball from going out in center field. But the runner does advance to second base. But that is a strike. It's 1-1 on this job batter number 10, Edward Arroyo.
So once again, a big lead out there at second base. Here comes the pitch. It's fouled back right over toward the backstop.
And Jorge Ontiveros rips that helmet off, looking for that ball. And good job there, young man. I believe we found ourselves another catcher.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, both of them will be graduating this year.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, trust me, we got some catchers
Oh,
lined
yeah,
up.
I'm sure.
They'll pull them out of the dugout real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swing
There's
and
a
a miss.
swing
My
and a
God, that's a
miss.
strikeout for Julius
For
Woods.
Julius Woods with his K. That may be the
mean,
first strikeout.
Since Little League, boy. I'm telling you,
Yes.
since coach pitch.
First strikeout of his career for Woods as he faces only a second batter.
That man's out there with I'm telling you, that man is out there with a purpose with that red, beautiful glove he has on.
Oh, me. There's a big breaking ball.
If you'd bend this back a little bit, man, those balls would come in perfect. That strikeout was brought to you by City of Eunice.
He might pull a muscle. He bends that back much.
Eunice
and he'll
Health
need to go to
Clinic.
the Eunice Health Clinic. So,
Ooh, look at that pitch.
Right
Oh, come on.
oh,
he
they
did, he
called
did.
It was just delayed.
I apologize. He was enjoying the pitch.
Yeah. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. We're in the bottom of the 5th.
He
Is
does
that right?
everything perfect, too. Yes, sir. Top of the 5th.
Top of the 5th. I'm sorry.
Oh, gets
Yeah.
away. Oh,
Oh,
good
man,
snag by our
Ontiveros.
catcher.
Ontiveros reaches out and snatches
If
that
I wasn't mistaken, I thought that was Conacher, but that was Ontiveros back there.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a heck of a game tonight.
21-0. Eunice in the lead. Here comes the pitch. That ball's driven over toward second base. Second baseman comes in, scoops it up, throws it over to first for the out. And then they almost picked the base runner off at third as they fire it back across.
That base runner on third took a big looping turn, and Marcus did the smart thing, throw it over, but we barely missed him. So that's 2 out here. At the top of the 5th, the score is 21-0. Eunice leads, and we have Julius Woods on the mound trying to close his game out.
So Stanton Richard heads to the plate. Once again, he's got the best batting average of this team. Runner standing at third. 2 outs. We're 1 out away from this game being over. See if Julius Woods can pull it through for the Cardinals.
I wonder if he volunteered. Hey, coach, if you put me in, I want to pitch. Or if not, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
Do you think he possibly told Coach Drew, huh?
He might have told him that. There's a swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Woods on the hill.
That even sounds good, huh? Woods on the hill.
Yeah. Trying to get him another K here. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
That one looked.
Oh, no. Call was made on that one.
man. I'm assuming low. That's the only thing I can think of from our angle.
You pull the trigger, we'll give you a burger early.
2 balls, 1 strike here. 2 outs. Woods, Julius Woods on the hill.
Little
There's a
hesitation there.
swing and a knock over toward shortstop. Shortstop picks it up, flips it over to first for the out, and that is the ball game. 21-0 through 5 innings, or 4.5. The Cardinals with a huge win. Julius Woods comes in and gets the save.
Comes in and finishes the game. And that being said, shout out to our sponsors, Eunice Wrecker and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. It's another win for the Eunice Cardinals here. District win tonight. So they came out, took care of business, especially our new catcher we have back here. He went 5 for 5,
Yeah.
2 home runs, 1 over the fence, 1 infield, 1 in the park, 6 RBIs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That young man took a business, man.
That makes the Cardinals now 16-1 overall, 2-0 in District 4 2A. Unfortunately for Jow, they're now 0-15, 0-1, I believe, in District. Rough night here for the Panthers. Great night here for the Eunice Cardinals as they pick up the huge win, 21-0. Here against Lee County and district rival Jow.
Yes, sir. Great game for the Eunice Cardinals, man. Another great win for them.
We will be covering the game broadcast for Saturday's game, and I believe it's a doubleheader, and that will be home versus Loving, inching ever so close to the end of this regular season baseball schedule. Maybe, a few weeks left? I think that's
sir.
about it.
Let me check the schedule. We have Loving, Texaco, a Texas team, and Jow again. Jow's the only away game that we have. And then we start trying to play May 4th.
We still play Texaco in
Yes,
the
sir.
regular season?
Yes, sir. Texaco.
Wow. Wow.
April the 25th on a Monday. Next Monday.
That's pretty interesting. Play Texaco right here at the end of the.
That's a
Okay.
doubleheader.
Sounds good. All right. Well, Thank you, everyone, for listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. You can listen and watch by going to HobbsAmerica.com, clicking on the Cardinal, or on the Eunice Sports YouTube page. Eunice with another big victory here, 21-0, as they make short work of the Jowl Panthers. Thank you for listening. For Rosendo Caballero and myself, Jimmy Jones, we've missed our man Charlie Fairbrush today, as he is off in the Big Easy, hanging out in New Orleans without us. Charlie, it ain't fair.
It ain't gumbo, huh?
That's right. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for listening. Good night here from Eunice Cardinal Stadium after a Eunice win.
Good night.